All right, welcome to the Young Turks. We have with us David DeGraw. He is the man who started the 99% movement among the people, he would claim. I think he is the guy who started it. Now we're talking to you in the first year anniversary of the beginning of Occupy movement at Zuccotti Park. September 17th, of course, is when it started, and that's today. And I want to talk to you about what's happened in that year and how it all began in the first place. And you've not done an interview in 6 months, so this is big deal, and we really appreciate you coming in to talk to us at the Young Turks. So now the thing is, what I'm curious about is how it took off in the first place. How did it go from people not returning your calls to all of a sudden everybody saying, oh, I got to return Dave's call. My God, this thing's taking off.
You know, when we first started doing this a little over 2 years ago, you know, we kept calling it, how do we create a decentralized global rebellion against neoliberal economic domination? Mm-hmm. Because, you know, I was reporting on economic issues and I got so sick of the corruption. That's when I started organizing. And, you know, we live in a global economy and we live in a neoliberal empire, I would call it. And when I say neoliberal, I mean a system that incentivizes short-sighted greed, okay? I mean, it sounds extreme to say it, but we essentially have a neo-feudal system of debt slavery. And that sounds very extreme, I get that, but it is the reality of the situation. When you look at the amount of wealth that has been generated for the past 35, 40 years, wealth and production has just exploded. And I was analyzing the data, and you could look at it and you could say, 400 people have as much wealth as 165 million people combined.
And it's not a matter of taking and just spending it somewhere else. It's a matter of giving an investment opportunity to the rest of the country. So look, obviously we agree on those issues, but somewhere along the line, something went wrong. I remember me and my, Jesus was there, and our longtime producers, and we're watching this going, they just took an hour and a half to order pizza. They're never going to get things done this way.
But you're looking for them to do something. This was about empowering a new generation to be leaders, to be engaged, right?
And how'd that work out?
It's working out.
You think
it's
so?
Not as fast.
How?
Not as fast.
Tell me how it's going to work.
Because we have millions of people engaged in creating change that were not engaged in creating change a year ago. Now, is it organized? Is it cohesive? Is it effective in creating change? Not yet, but it's getting there. I look at Occupy globally as the big bang of humanity's next phase of evolution, okay? It created this wild new ecosystem of mass transformation. Millions of people turned on, you know, let out of the propaganda cage. You know, the first step is you got to open the prison door so people can come flying out and realize that we can change things. Like, you know, you say another world is possible, but now another world is happening. And that will coalesce. It's going to happen, I can tell you that. And it's going to take some funding. It's going to take, you know, a lot of hard work. But a year from now, I'll come back here and we'll see what happens.
Going forward, where can people find you, and what are you working on in terms of how people can participate?
Well, I've been intensively strategizing the next phase, the next wave, as we've really just touched on. And we're not really ready to unveil what exactly we're doing, but you know, the site that I've been at is ampedstatus.com, A-M-P-E-D status.com. I haven't been updating it much lately, but it's where you can find me. You can join the email list. And so when we're ready to unleash this second phase, we'll let you know through that site. I can tell you that.
All right, David DeGraw, one of the original founders of the 99% movement. Thank you for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
Much respect to you.
All right.